So I begin this by having her take a seat down. And now I'm going to ask her to just take nice, long, deep breaths in and out. I'm doing this to build anticipation while looking her in the eyes, to cause that anticipation of what is going to happen, what may happen. Also, by having her take nice, long, deep breaths in, that contributes to that state of alpha, where she's anticipating what's going to happen as I'm talking to her. And I'm being theatrical about it as well, as if I'm a mesmerist. As if this is some magical formula that I'm doing to capture her imagination. Now after I do this, you're going to notice that I put my right hand on her shoulder, and I use my left hand for her to place her hand on. That's coming up shortly, so watch for that. I'm doing this on purpose because when my right hand is on her shoulder, it'll allow me to embrace the back of her neck, and then I can use my left hand to catch her head. This is very important when you're doing a hand drop induction with someone who's standing, so that they don't have whiplash. Now watch. When I pull away my hand, I'm going to catch her head, and I use my other hand to brace her neck. Now the rotating that I'm doing is part of the deepening induction. So as I'm immediately deepening afterwards by saying, every sound you hear, every voice, every word I say, you're going to go deeper and deeper. Whatever deepening you're saying, you're just going over and over again. I'm also gently rotating her head. This is adding to the disorientation, adding to the deepening effect. Now I'm going to continue doing this, just deepening and deepening. The deeper you go, the better you feel. The better you feel, the deeper you go. Continuing to relax even more and more. Drifting, sleeping, fading into a nice relaxation. Now if you notice her body is becoming even more relaxed, her head's drooping down, the body language is telling me that right now this is working, and that she's receptive to me. And I'm just continuing to deepen more and more. What I want to do is I want to continue to stabilize that state. I want to make sure that she's going to a nice deep theta state. And I'm just continually deepening, deepening, deepening. At this point I'm going to tell her that I'm going to take her arm, and then, oh wait, I think this is it. Not it yet. One moment. At this point I'm going to take her arm, and I'm going to give this suggestion that I'm going to raise up your arm, and I want you to hold it here. It's going to be very, very light. And at this moment, I'm going to start giving her the suggestion that her arm is going to become lighter and lighter and lighter. This serves as another purpose, as I mentioned before. It serves to further deepen her, because as she's responding to the suggestion, and as her arm raises up higher, it tells me that her theta state is burning brighter, and that this arm raising exercise is quote-unquote kindling to that theta fire. Her arm is raising higher, so the more she's following these instructions, the brighter her theta state is burning. And it also tells me that she's being responsive to the instructions that I'm giving, and that it's working. Remember, anytime you give someone a suggestion to experience something, that in itself is also a form of deepening. So as this is happening, this is telling me that she's very responsive and that the theta state is burning brighter. So this tells me I can even add more to the kindling. In this moment now, I'm going to have her open up her eyes, and then I'm just going to have her go back deep into hypnosis. This is called fractionation. I say in a moment, I'm going to have you open up your eyes. I'm going to have her look at something on the ceiling, and then I'm going to tell her sleep very quickly, adding a shock to the system, bringing her back down again. By me doing this is fractionation. It causes her to go even deeper, even faster, into a very deep, profound state. So remember, fractionation is also a form of deepening. Bringing her out and back in, and brings her deeper this time. Now I'm just continuing to tell her that the deeper she goes, the better she feels, the better she feels, the deeper she goes. Just continuing to relax even more. And allow that feeling of relaxation to go even deeper. Just allowing that feeling to go even deeper and deeper. Remember, I keep saying the deeper you go, the better you feel, the better you feel, the deeper you go. At one point I asked her, as I said before, to remember a great time in her life where she felt the best, felt the most amazing. And then to have that experience amplify itself. The moment I said to her, I'm going to snap my fingers, your eyes open, and now I'm going to do another deepening exercise. But remember, the deepening also confirms that the theta state is burning brighter. In this simple exercise, I have our hands come together and then lock together so she can't pull them apart. Now this also confirms to me that she's following my instructions, and it also forms as a form of deepening for me. Remember that because of the rapid induction that we use, the theta state is already stabilized after I deepened it. Now I just want to really make sure this theta state is burning as brightly as possible. So I do that by adding the kindling. The kindling to that fire is the deepeners and me performing these different suggestions. And notice how each time I'm slowly starting to raise up the complication, the intensity of the suggestion, how complicated the suggestion is. And that's just like raising it, adding more kindling, more larger pieces of wood to the fire to see how she responds. At this point, remember, as I continue to give the suggestions repeatedly, that the harder she tries to pull her hands apart, the more they stick together. They just continue to stick together more and more and more. And it's really, really amazing. For some amazing reason, she still doesn't understand why she can't pull them apart. Remember, as you're giving the suggestions, you're also acting as a narration, kind of like as if someone's, you're narrating the episode of what's going on. Your words are literally becoming reality for that person while they're in theta state. And as I say sleep, hands down, back again, have you noticed how I keep saying sleep to the person to have them eyes back closed? What I want to do is I want to once again use that as a form of fractionation. And I also want to condition them. So that every time I say sleep, it's not my fingers, the eyes close, and they go back into a deeper state. At this moment, I'm pretty much convinced that her theta state has stabilized, so mostly from her body language, from watching her REM movement in her eyes, from her ego movements. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to have her stand up and I'm going to tell her that her hands are stuck to the wall, and no matter how hard she pulls them, she can't unstick them from the wall. Watch.
You're going to find out. If I count from 1 to 5, when I reach 5 and snap my fingers, your hand is going to be stuck to the wall. It's going to be the weirdest thing in the world you've ever seen. So the harder you try to put your hand to the wall, the more it wants. 1 to 5.
And now, as you can tell, the suggestion's been made, and now the hand is stuck to the wall. And that's pretty much what happened. That's how easy it is. Now, do you see how fast that whole process was from beginning to end? It was about a few minutes. I think about 5 minutes, 6 minutes, from total instant induction to really stabilizing it and having those amazing things happen. At this point, I'm pretty much sure that when someone's hand is stuck to the wall, or when they forget their names, or they can't do things like that, they're in a very, very deep, stabilized state of theta.
Hey everyone, I hope you really enjoyed that video. I put it back up due to requests because people found it very, very helpful. If you really liked the video and you'd like to see more, please subscribe and like the video. And also please give my website a check out. You'll find hundreds of more videos and tutorials on how to do things like this. Anyways, thank you, and I look forward to making more videos for you. All right, bye guys.